All right, so go ahead and find a comfortable seat and have your feet planted firmly on the ground. Rest your hands on your thighs and sit fairly upright. So rather than leaning back, sit up so that your shoulders are right over your hips, creating some space in your torso, the back, the front, the sides of your waist. And go ahead and close your eyes. And bring some attention to your physical body on the chair in the room where you are. And also as part of this community online, right? So even though we're not physically together, we're still together and we're still creating a community here together. So focusing on your body in space and within the community. Notice the sensations of your body touching the chair, the floor beneath you, and even the sensations of the air on your skin. See if you can notice the temperature of the air. If there's any fluctuations in the air, can you feel that moving on your skin? In yogic philosophy, the being is considered to be layers or sheaths of experience. And the outermost layer is the physical body sheath, this layer of our physical experience. The next layer, one layer deeper towards the center, is the pranamaya kosha, the breath body, the energetic body. So bring your attention to the movement of your breath in your body. Notice the inflow and the outflow. Gentle movement of your body created by the movement of your breath. Keeping the attention on the breath, we'll practice a pranayama, a breath control exercise. So we've done this together before. I will count you up and down. So we'll begin with 4 counts, both for the in-breath and the out-breath. And we'll do that twice. And then we'll move to 5 and 6 and so forth until we get to 8, which will be the peak. The idea is to have the length of your inhale and your exhale match the length of the counts. So as we breathe in and out for 4, you'll have to breathe in and out more fully. As the counts go higher, you'll slow down the breath, breathing the air in more slowly, breathing out more slowly, so that you can match the length of the counts. So begin with a nice full breath in. Exhale it out. And inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe naturally. Go ahead and open your eyes and float your arms all the way up overhead. Nice full breath in. Stay here for your breath out. Inhale, stretch your right arm a little higher. Exhale, release it. Inhale, stretch your left arm a little higher. Exhale, release it. And both arms just float down by your sides. Drop your right ear over towards your right shoulder. And just pause here, relax both shoulders, heavying them down. And come back to center, left ear to left shoulder, same thing. Just make sure the shoulders are relaxed. And back to center. Once again, right ear towards right shoulder. Add your right hand to cup your left ear and gently let the weight of your arm draw your head over to the right a little more. Try not to pull. The weight of your arm is plenty. Now release your hand and drop your chin forward towards your chest. And then draw left ear to left shoulder and roll your head back, and then keep circling it around in this direction a few more times. Move slowly. Feel whatever it is that you feel. Notice the sensations in your neck, your shoulders, maybe even down your back as you move. And once you come down chin to chest again, lift right back up to center. And then drop left ear towards left shoulder. And add your hand to cup your right ear. Soften both shoulders away from your ears. And go ahead and release your hand. Drop your chin forward towards your chest. Right ear towards right shoulder. And tip your head back and keep going, rolling it around in this direction now. Again, move slowly so that you can feel what's going on. Noticing the places that might need a little more attention. You can pause if you need to, paying more attention to one spot. And the next time that your chin comes down towards your chest, lift back up to center. And then begin to roll your shoulders back. So take them way back and down, and then forward and up. Back and down, and forward and up. Again, moving slowly, really feeling what's happening. Conscious movement all the way through. And then we'll reverse the action. Bring them back and up and forward and down. Back and up and forward and down. Keep going. And then release. Lift your arms, nice full breath in. Drop your right hand back behind your head, behind your neck, and add your left hand to gently reach your right elbow a little closer towards the ceiling and press your elbow into your hand as well as your hand into your elbow. So you're providing a little bit of resistance there. Take a nice full breath here and then tip over slightly to the left. Come back to center, both arms lift up and release down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand drops back, right hand to the elbow. Press them into each other, sit a little taller, elbow reaches straight up towards the ceiling as best you can. Take a nice full breath and tip over to the right. Come back to center. Lift up, breathe, and exhale, release. Shrug your shoulders up and release them down. Once again, both arms up. This time, interlace your hands and take your hands behind your head so that you're cupping the back of your skull. Press your head into your hands. Open up your elbows. Pull your belly in, sit tall, tip over to the right, side bend. Right elbow pointing towards the ceiling. And come back to center. Take a breath and tip left. Right elbow towards the ceiling, left elbow towards the floor. And come back up. Release your hands. Once again, lift up, deep breath in. Side bend, hold the side of your chair now or the seat of your chair as you lean over and reach with your left arm. Relax the right shoulder. Make sure it's not gripping up by your ear. And then reach your left arm back behind you. Stretch it back, opening up the front of the shoulder and chest area. Bring it straight back up towards the ceiling. Lift up, both arms high, and tip over to the left. Hold your chair, tip over, side bend. Again, make sure this left shoulder is relaxed. And then begin to reach your right arm behind you, stretching the chest, the shoulder. You might even feel it down your biceps, the front muscles of the upper arm. And bring your arm back straight up to the ceiling. Use that to pull you back up. Both arms release. Take a deep breath in. And release it out. Lift your arms. Take a twist to your right. And then let your arms come down. One arm is going to come outside your right leg and the other one behind you somewhere. And stay in your twist. And keep your twist, keep your arms as they are, and begin to turn your head. So now you're looking over the left shoulder. You're still in your twist. Good. Come back to center, arms high, twist left, and let your hands come down. So you're looking to the left, looking over the left shoulder or in that direction. And stay in your twist, keep your arms as they are, and begin to look to the right and look out over the right shoulder. And then come back to center. Both arms lift up high And release your hands to your knees and take a breath. Reach your hands out so that your hands cup the kneecaps, your arms are straight. Roll your shoulders back and lift your chest as if you're trying to lift your chest up through the frame of your shoulders. Shoulders draw back, chest lifting up. Maybe your gaze shifts up as well. Come back to center. And now draw your belly button back. Your arms will remain straight, hands on your kneecaps. Belly button pulls back as you round the shoulders forward, drop chin to chest. And come back and sit tall. So now flowing between those two movements with your breath. So your inhale, it may not match the same pace that I'm breathing, and it doesn't need to. So your inhale is going to draw your chest up, shoulders back, maybe gaze up. And your exhale is going to pull the belly button back, round your spine, and drop your head. So flow at the pace of your breath. One more round. And when you're finished, come back to sit tall and relax. Just soften the arms, soften the shoulders. Okay, bring your arms straight out in front of you. Flip your fingers up towards the ceiling, press your palms out, and then turn them down, palms facing you, fingers facing the ground. Open your arms out to the side, fingers stay pointing down, and then flip them to point up, and then give it a little shake. Bring your hands together in a prayer shape and then start to roll the hands around each other so that you're uh, warming up the wrists. And then go the other direction. So the backs of the hands are going to roll over each other and then the front of the wrists. Good. Let that go. Rest your hands and cross your right leg over your left leg. Doesn't matter how it crosses, any way that you can get it there. And begin to rotate your right ankle. Move slowly so that you can really feel the foot moving, the ankle, and the muscles in your lower leg working. Go the other direction. And then replace that one. Let's take the left leg over. Same thing. Slow movements. Feel your foot, your toes, your ankle, the muscles across the front of your shin, your calf muscles. Go the other direction. And release that down. Draw your right shin up. Cup your hands in front of your shin. Pull the leg in as close as you can to your torso and stay sitting upright, nice and tall. Just draw it in. Now extend your left leg forward so that the heel touches down. The leg is fairly straight. Okay, we're going to switch sides. Release the right leg, draw the left shin in, sit tall, and then extend the right leg. Your heel can be on the ground, but the leg is fairly straight. Hug the other one in. And let that go. Once again, draw the right leg in. This time, you may want to hold it just with one hand so you have a little bit more movement available. We're going to start to roll the hip joint around. If you want to hold with both hands, you can. You just may get a little bit more movement if you only have one. Go the other direction. Not only is this good for warming up the hip joint, but it's actually giving your biceps a little work, your arm muscles, holding the weight of the leg. And let it go. Draw the left leg in and start to roll the hip. Let's go the other way. Let your leg be heavy, make your arm do the work. And let it go. Sit forward on your chair. Sit tall, hold the sides of the chair for support, and extend your right leg out from the knee, straight out. Push your foot towards well, if you're facing me, towards me, and then replace it. Same thing, other side. Lift and push out. So hopefully not too much of your thigh is being supported by the chair, right? Just the back edge. And place it down. I really want the front of the thighs, the quadriceps, to work. So you're sitting towards the edge of the chair. It's really just your buttocks that are on the chair. Once again, right leg lifts, push out. So the front of your thigh, the top of the thigh should be working hard. Sitting tall, don't let your spine round behind you, stay upright, and release. Once again, left side, pick it up, push it out, sit tall, make the thigh work, and release. Good. Then just give them a little shake, maybe a pound out with your fists if they're feeling like they were working pretty hard. Okay, again, you're sitting towards the edge of the chair. Straighten the right leg out, but the heel is on the ground. Make sure that your left foot is right under your knee for a good supported grounding leg there. So keep the right leg straight. Keep upright, sitting tall, your belly pulling in for support. Lift your right leg straight up. Try not to bend at the knee. Lift it up and place it down. Keep the knee straight. Lift it up and place it down. We're going to do a few more. Lift it and release. Two more. Lift and release. One more and let it go. Good. Take a little break. Make sure that your right foot is directly under your knee. Extend your left leg, heel is on the ground. Again, spine is upright. Try not to round, try not to lean back, but instead have shoulders right over your hips, okay? Lift the left leg straight up into the air and down. And lift it up and down. So we're trying not to lean back every time we lift the leg, right? So you want to try to use the hip flexors and the quadricep muscles without leaning back. Two more. Lift and lower it. Last one. Lift it up. Release it. Good. Sit back. Take a little break. Breathe. Okay. Come up to stand. Go ahead and have the back of the chair handy for support. Stand onto your right foot. So add some weight to your right foot and just lift your left heel. Toes are on the ground. Okay, draw your belly in for support. Lift your shin so that it is parallel to the ground. Try to have your knees in the same plane. So in other words, left knee is not out in front of the right knee. It's back in line with it. Stand tall. So this is working the hamstrings, the muscles, the opposite ones that we were just working, the ones on the back of the upper leg. Release your foot down. Once again, weight into your right foot. Lift your left shin so it is parallel to the ground. And replace it. Shift your weight to the left. Lift your right shin parallel to the ground. Again, be sure that your right knee is not in front of your left knee, but in line with it. It could even be slightly behind if you wanted, but definitely in line. And release. Again, weight to the left, right shin lifts. And release. We're going to do the same thing, but if you would like, you can intensify the work. If that was plenty and your hamstrings felt enough work, that's fine, stay there. So shift your weight to the right, lift your left shin. So you can either stay here or you can try to squeeze your heel closer to your tush. This is pretty intense. If it causes your hamstring to cramp, let go and try a slight forward bend to stretch it out. Okay, keep the knee soft. So lifting up, squeezing the heel in towards your tush or leaving it parallel to the ground. And then release. Shift your weight to the left foot, lift your right shin parallel to the ground. And then if adding on, squeeze the heel in a little further. And let go. Okay, let's all take a little forward bend. So soft knees, bend forward until you feel a gentle stretch in the back of the thigh. And come back up to stand. Okay, so now turn so that you have one hand on the back of the chair for support. The leg that is closest to the back is going to be your standing leg. So for me, it's my right leg. Doesn't matter which one you're on, okay? Whichever leg is closest to the chair is your standing leg. Shift your weight to your standing leg. And then the opposite leg, lift that leg up so your knee is about hip height. Try to stand tall. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me from the side. So try not to lean back. Tall, upright spine, knee in line with your hip. So thigh is parallel to the ground as much as possible. Good. Release that leg and switch sides. So if you need to switch around where you are in space or switch your chair, do whatever you have to do. Standing leg is the leg that's closest to the chair, the opposite one that you were using before. Lift your knee up, hip height. Thigh is more or less parallel to the ground. Okay, and let it go. Switch to the first side again. You don't have to switch your body if you're comfortable with your standing leg being opposite. I just want to be sure that you feel supported, that you don't feel like you're going to lose your balance. So however you need to hold on is fine. So first leg, lift it up, hip height. This time, try stretching your leg out in front of you. Try straightening the leg. Now that may mean that the knee needs to come lower than hip height in order for you to straighten the leg. That's totally fine. Straighten it out, lift it as high as you can without compromising your spine, okay? Let it go. Other side, lift it up, extend the leg. And let it go. Good, just give it a little shake, maybe a little wiggle. Okay, once again, both hands to the back of the chair. It's time to walk away from the back of the chair. Soften your knees. Lean forward so that your spine is more or less parallel to the ground. If you can straighten your knees here without undue strain on your back or the backs of your legs, do so. If that causes discomfort in your back or is too much for your hamstrings, keep your knees bent. Okay, so it's really up to you to be mindful, notice how you feel, and do what's appropriate for your body. And then bend your knees if they're straight. Walk back in towards the chair. Stand up tall. Take a nice deep breath in and let it out. Okay, once again, standing sideways to your chair. Lift the leg that is opposite, not your standing leg. This time, turn out at the hip and place your foot on your calf muscle. So you're in a tree pose with your foot on your calf. And then lift up through one arm. Stay with the other hand on the chair for support, but imagine that it's not there for support so that you're really grounding into your standing foot. You're using your core muscles to keep your torso super upright, and the lifted arm is providing even more sensation of lightness through the body. And then let it go. Switch sides, either turn around or shift to the other side of the chair. Doesn't matter. I'm going to stay where I am, so I'm still facing you. Press into the opposite leg, lift, turn out at the hip, connect your foot to your calf. Zip up the front line. Imagine that you have a zipper from your pubic bone to your breastbone, and you're going to zip up, creating a little bit of inward muscular engagement to provide some lift and some length. And then whichever hand is not on the chair, lift it up. So depending on where you are, it doesn't matter. Just so that you can get that sensation of lightness through the body. Keep the other hand on the chair for support so that you don't fall. And let it go. Give yourself a little swish, a little movement. And face the chair once again, both hands on the back of the chair. Step back about, I would say maybe a foot-ish from the legs of the chair. Sit down as if you're sitting in a chair with your hands on the back for support. Make sure your weight is even front to back in your feet. So it's not all in your heels, it's not all in your toes. It's really even from front to back in your feet. Hands are simply there for support, not to bear the weight. Let your legs do the work. Stand tall, take a breath. Once again, sit down, chair pose. If you feel pretty confident with your balance, you might even take your arms out in front of you. If that's not appropriate for you, keep them on the back of the chair. Keep breathing. Stand up, relax. Wiggle your legs. Okay, come back to sit. Sit towards the edge of your chair. So again, just your tush on the chair, not your thighs. Extend your right leg out in front of you. I'm going to scoot my chair back so more of me is on the screen. Okay. Extend your right leg out in front of you. Try to keep your spine upright as you tip forward at the hips. So the spine stays extended even though you're forward bending at the hips. Even think about drawing that right hip back behind you as if you're trying to pull your tushy cheek towards the back of the chair and your chest out towards your toes. Come back up and bring that leg back in. Extend the left leg. Same thing. Without rounding the spine, without flexion, you're going to tip forward at the hips, right at the crease of the hips, as if you're closing a hinge. Drag that left hip or left tushy cheek back. And come back up and draw that leg back in. Cross right ankle above left knee. You can hold the shin if you need more support. If not, you can gently encourage the thigh towards the ground. And then slide the right leg all the way over the left leg. Take a twist to the right. And come back to center. Unwind the legs, cross left ankle above right knee. Again, hold the shin for support or a gentle encouragement down of the thigh towards the ground. And slide your left leg all the way over your right leg and take a twist to the left. And come back to center. Once again, unwind the legs. Put your hands on your knees and lean forward. And again, I'm going to turn sideways. Try to have your spine straight. So rather than leaning forward in a flexed spine, try to lean forward with your spine extended. Keep that and begin to lift your shoulders up and back, and imagine moving your chest forward through the frame of your shoulders so that you're coming into a back bend, backward bending in the middle and upper back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. You might even feel like you're squeezing your elbows towards each other. And then press up to sit tall. Take a breath and let it go. Once again, lean forward right from the crease of the hips, keeping the spine extended. Shoulders back, shoulder blades together, elbows squeezing back, heart moving forward and up. And then press up. Lift your arms, take a breath, and relax. Take your arms out, shoulder height, bend your elbows, and then take a look at your arms. See if you can have your wrist and your elbow and your shoulder in the same plane. Now, tip your elbows forward and your wrists back. Try to keep your hand flat so that your fingers aren't moving back, but the wrist is still straight. Good. Come back up and let it go. Once again, straight out, wrists over elbows, elbows in line with shoulders. Now tip the elbows forward as you tip the hands and wrists back. Bring it back up. This time, turn it over. Fingertips pointing down. Flip it back up. Draw your forearms together. Squeeze from elbows to fingertips. And let it go. Interlace your hands behind your low back. See if you can hold hands with yourself back there. Now, squeeze your shoulder blades together so that you're stretching the front of your chest and your shoulders, and then drag your hands down towards the seat of the chair. And then let that go. Shake it out. Roll your head, wiggle your shoulders. Sit back in your chair, lean back, relax, close your eyes. Draw your attention to the creases at the front of your hips, where your thighs and your torso meet. Send your intention there to soften, to relax and release. You might even imagine that you are sending your breath into your hip creases. We've done quite a bit of work today with that area of the body. And for many of us, those muscles that cross the front of the hip joint are both tight, inflexible, and also not very strong. So we did quite a bit to strengthen them, a little bit to loosen them. And use your breath and your attention and your intention to relax there. And then you can let your attention wander from that point, maybe to other places in your body where you feel that you might benefit from drawing your breath attention there. I use the word breath interchangeably with energy or prana because although air moves in one way and out one way, breath can move anywhere. Breath can move anywhere in your body in any direction. Breath as energy. So use your ability to shift your attention, your breath, your prana, life force, energy, to where you need it. Create ease. Create softness. And then very slowly, bit by bit, begin to find a more upright seat, energizing, reawakening, little by little, coming back to sit upright, shoulders over hips, and head balanced on top of your spine. Go ahead and float your eyes open. Take a nice deep breath as you lift up through your arms. Prayer your hands above your head. Shift that prayer right down to the center of your chest. And lift your chest into that shape, into the prayer shape. Take a deep breath here. And a little bit of a bow to each other. Namaste. Thank you so much for showing up today. And thank yourselves for giving yourselves the gift of attention. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, a nice 4th of July weekend.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.